Hi, welcome to the Antique Trader, and we have another fantastic program for you. We're taping our Northwest Military Craftiques Mall in San Antonio, Texas. And today we have character collectible dolls. And Jean Wildman is here, and that's her collection, and that's her perfection. How are you, Jean?
I'm doing just fine. How are you?
Fine, thanks. Well, could you tell us a little bit about your background? We've done this before, but just briefly.
Well, you know that I had an antique store at one time, Antique Collectibles, just outside of Dallas. Was going to be my retirement. As life has it, you know, my husband passed away, different things happened, and so I had to give up the store. And I think it came, somebody put in a grocery store where I had been, where I built my building. But anyway, there were a lot of things that I wanted to keep. And over the years, I love dolls. I just love dolls. I didn't have very many dolls growing up. So, Jean's dolls.
How many dolls would you say you have that you've collected?
Including the ones that are not right here, I probably have about 300 or 400.
Oh, okay. Okay, let's start with George Burns here. What could you tell us about him?
Well, the only reason I collected George Burns is, I mean, everybody knows why you collect George Burns, because he was the special man. Him and Gracie, and I would love it if I could find a Gracie to go with him. But he is, you know, in demand, that's for sure.
Take a look at how gorgeous he is. How old is he? Do you know?
He passed away, what, how many years ago? That's about, I can't remember exactly
don't
how,
recall.
but I've had him for over 30 years.
You've had him for over 30 years?
Everything here I've had for over 30 years.
Talk about perfection. Everything about him is so, so perfect, including his shoes.
Right.
Okay. And this doll here that has the missing arms. What could you tell us about
now this,
her?
I'm going to tell you what this is. This one, as you can see, she's been mistreated, but I love her, and I had to have her.
Let's see.
And the arms going on backwards. Okay. Anyway, she is a simplicity or singer doll. When I was a little girl, they were in boxes. There was a little bit of material with them. This was what you started learning to sew with, you know. But it was put out by Simplicity Pattern, not Simplicity, I'm sorry, McCall Patterns and Singer Sewing Machine. And I'm not sure what she is because I found her just like this in Hot Springs, Arkansas when we were on vacation, and I had to have her. I just had to have her. She's all composition. She's probably getting on close to 100 years old.
Wow.
But she's all composition, but you see she's been see, before that, all you had was the little plastic dolls and their arms didn't move and you had to try to make a dress that would slide up, you know. And then they came out seeing an opportunity, you know, to make money.
Well, I tell you what, I think she's a candidate for the doll hospital here in Texas. They have one.
I don't want anybody that doesn't know what they're doing, though, to touch her.
Oh, no, but they're very good.
She's my,
okay, so
she's
let's
my baby.
Put her down somewhere. She's beautiful.
She's like me, just a little bit tattered, but still working.
Okay, and here we have Elizabeth Taylor.
Yeah, this one's not too old because it was put out when White Diamonds came out, and that's what, maybe 40 years ago. It would be pushing it to say 50, but that's yeah, Elizabeth Taylor's introduction to White Diamond. It introduced White Diamond.
Well, let's see if we could hold her up like this so we can see her, because there's a little bit of glare there. That's beautiful.
She is beautiful.
So did you get her with a bunch of dolls or just by her?
No, I just got her by herself. Because they put her out, you know, like I said, when the White Diamonds, her perfume came out, this was the promotion, you know, so I ran and I had to buy the White Diamond to get her, but I gave the White Diamond away, but I kept her.
Just like me, I went out and bought the perfume just so I could get the tote. Okay, and this is a Barbie doll?
This is, turn around, let me see what
Rosie
you're looking.
O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell, yeah, and it's put out by Barbie. That's
amazing.
You know, Rosie's been through a lot, and she definitely is someone that everybody remembers. Rosie O'Donnell.
Rosie O'Donnell. She does look like her.
And she is put out by Barbie, Mattel.
By Mattel, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
But I had to have that because you know how she's always fighting with somebody, and she's always on the news, so I had to have her I bought that one too.
She's a lovely lady, though.
Yes, she is.
Okay, and here we have Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Let me see, could we maybe pull her
Can you
out of
take
the
her out?
box
Let's see.
so we can really show her
She may
off?
be attached to this back thing. We could get her. We can slide her though, as much as we can.
How old would you say that $1 is? Oh, we'll get that later.
Okay. Some of my, you will notice there was a clipping that came out of there. And anything that comes up about the people that I have, you know, I cut out the clippings and put them inside of their box.
Whatever you collect, you put them inside the box. How long have you had this one? Was it before or after she passed?
After. Just shortly after. Yeah, I had to run out and find her, and I found her in an antique mall, and the guy still had a reasonable price on her, so I bought it. Oh, the Bobbsey twins.
The Bobbsey twins, of course.
The Bobbsey twins. These are by F&G. I don't say that really good.
Okay, here
That's
we
a
go.
combination of Texas and Arkansas there when I'm trying to give that speech. But everybody knows who the Bobbsey twins are, right?
No.
No! Oh, all the books we had when we were kids, you know. That was your first reader, the Bobbsey twins.
No, mine was Fun with Dick and Jane.
Oh, no, oh, my goodness. Well, I'm a little older than you, though, so.
The Bobbsey twins.
So, but no, these are the Bobbsey twins. Yeah,
Okay.
and there's a series of books on them. And they have, I noticed when I was looking up some information.
I like the shorts on him and the suspenders.
But when I was looking up some information, I noticed that, and I scrolled down through Google and I went, whoa, they're coming back, they're reviving the books. The Bobbsey twin books.
Really?
Yeah, they're reviving. Some companies
Do you
putting them out.
recall when the first printing was by any chance? Of the
Oh,
Bobbsey
it would
twins?
be before I was born, and that was in 1940. I think it was sometime in the 30s. This is Florence Nightingale, and here again, it's F&G, F-B-G. Anyway, I can't say it. Like I said, it's Arkansas and Texas here, and I didn't learn phonics. So, but this is Florence Nightingale. This right here is Betsy Ross. And then in a little bit, we'll look at the two presidents.
Did you purchase these at the same time, and what year are these?
Yeah, no, these were in a combination of, like you and I were talking earlier. I had a lady, I was running a large agency, insurance agency, had a lady that was newly divorced that came to work for us. Paychecks didn't come but twice a month. And she had these dolls,
She really needed
some of
to
these
sell
dolls, and
them.
she needed some help, and so I bought the dolls from her.
That was wonderful of you.
I'm a wonderful person.
I know you are. Okay, here we go. You take this one, and let's go to Janis Joplin.
Yes, and
Okay.
a young lady who worked for me at the
I
agency.
love this.
She
She's a bobblehead, too.
She was from the lady that gave it to me was of Indian descent, and she was from Oklahoma, and she went home for one of their big powwows they were having, and when she came back, she said, "Jean, I have something for you that I know you need," and it's Janis Joplin, a bobblehead.
Oh, that's hysterical.
Here we just have Sears and Roebuck. Shortly after it became just Sears, started doing dolls, and they were copying.
Let's see if we could get her
Yeah.
out of here so that we can.
They were
really
copying
show
the
her.
Vogue dolls, and they did a series on countries. And I managed to get a hold of a few, and this is the only one that I brought with me today because I think she's so pretty.
Okay,
If we can get her out to take a look at her. Can you?
Let's see if we could just
Oh.
pull her out with the whole thing without. There we go. Without making a mess out of her.
She's probably from, let's see, about 70, late 70s, maybe early
1970.
80s, 78, 80s.
And they call her the.
She is a
Hispanic?
Hispanic doll of nations. See, Sears was doing a series on dolls of all nations, you know, depicting the
Sears
people.
Roebuck.
Right.
We have Annie. Okay, original Annie? Yes.
Yes, and look in the front. She's
Okay.
got her little dog with her.
Oh, how so cute.
And she's by Knickerbocker Dolls.
Look at the little dog in the pocket. I'm loving it. Carrot Top. What year is she?
I would imagine it's probably 70, 80.
Let's see here.
But she's been, now somebody's played with her. I've had to clean her, had to clean her up some, and somebody played
who
with her.
wouldn't love to play with her?
Yeah.
The sun will come out tomorrow.
I know, and see, originally I purchased the Annie dolls thinking that my granddaughters were want them, and they had no interest.
These Annie dolls have been around the block.
Yes, they have.
Okay, what year are these from?
They'd be probably about the same because, see, whenever
Can we try and take them out
they're
of the box?
Knickerbockers, they're Knickerbocker
There we
also.
go.
Yeah, you can take them out, and I just have them stuck with the box.
Okay.
And if you'll remember, see their coloring has changed a little bit. Look down at the bottom. Let me see if this is the one that shows. Yeah, I don't know why, but it's the coloring that they used apparently in their rubber. Because see, she's rubber. Feel that?
Well,
And it's apparently
she
because
looks like
over
she
the
got
years their coloring has
a
changed.
copper tone tan.
Yeah, well, they do the series, Annie series musicals now, with the black people, and this would be perfect. But no, she has white legs, so it has to be a fault in the rubber that she's made of. Because Phil, it's rubber. Now the legs are hard rubber, but at the top, these are softer rubber. So,
but it makes it even more collectible because they're odd.
Yeah.
No, but she really looks like she got a copper tone tan out of the bottle.
Yes, she does. Bless her heart. But that's what attracted me to them. And I thought, when I first saw them, I thought, oh my goodness, my granddaughters can play with these because these are not going to be
The shoes come off and she has actual toes down there. I can count all her 5 toes. I mean, seriously. Okay, let's put this one back and let's get the other one. This is so exciting to me.
Well, like
this.
I said, I originally bought these for my granddaughters and thinking they would be interested, and they weren't interested, and so thankful for that because, like you said, what happened to the materials made them even more valuable.
This one, could we get this one out of the box?
Lucille Ball.
No, I don't think we can because it's very closed up. You think we can?
See.
This is that famous Vegemina vitamin that she got trashed on.
And whenever
I loved her.
Whenever Lucy started having health problems, I ran out and everybody was out there buying them up. And this is the one I managed to get hold of.
Oh, don't rip the box. Okay. No, I don't want that to happen. But take a look how perfect she is with her spoon and her red hair and her eyelashes and her bottle of that perfect vitamin.
Vita vitamin.
Yeah.
Yep.
And she didn't know it had so much booze in it that it really knocked her out. And then she was like, vitamin.
I would have loved to have gotten a hold of one too where she was poking the chocolates in her mouth, off of those when she couldn't when she was working on the line with the chocolates.
Well,
that would have been super.
We're going to continue right after we come back. We just going to go off just 2 minutes, and when we come back, we'll continue with the next one. The next one is, who is this?
And who is that?
Mae West, my favorite. We'll be right back. Okay, we're going to be talking about Mae West here. What could you tell us about Mae West?
Oh my goodness, she's the one that saved Paramount Pictures, She was just a plain little girl who did not like doing all the things that the other young ladies were doing, back in late 1800s, early 1900s. And I believe she wanted to be famous. And she's short, and didn't have particularly a good figure. So she came up, she began to watch people, other actresses, and a lot of, what do you call it? Well, slapstick, vaudeville, you know, she began to watch, and she came up with...
Cheesecake, yeah.
Yeah, she came up with her personality. And I think you said a while ago, what do you remember her for?
Why don't you come up and see me sometime?
She's
one of my favorites.
oh, she's adorable.
Yeah.
And you know, like I said, she didn't have the best of figures or anything. It's the whole package that she put together and her personality, you know, that
she was
sent
another
her.
Betty
Yes.
Boop.
Yes, she was.
Betty Boop was
Yes, she
original.
was,
Do you
yes.
have a Betty Boop?
Yeah, no, my daughter takes every Betty Boop I find. She takes those because she's Betty Boop. Yeah,
She's Betty Boop.
She's got
what
cabinets.
What year is Mae West here?
Mae West here is probably the 70s. Yeah, this is when F-Bungie, and like I said, I can't say that word very well. Whenever they were doing these characters, personalities, they did a whole series of them in the 70s.
I can tell.
Yeah, a whole series. If you look, you know, they did a whole series of them. And I would say she's probably from the 70s. She's not that old. She's old, but she's not that old.
Okay, let's put her down here.
They just went back and, you know, picked certain personalities and just started doing
And
them.
what could you tell us about my boyfriend here so that we could put him down?
Well, now his partner started in about, I think it was 1930. His master was Jimmy Nelson, and this is Danny O'Day. And my husband, when he was like 10, 11 years old, just knew he was going to be a famous ventriloquist. So his mother purchased.
So this is the guy you were talking about.
Here's the suitcase down here, and you know, with the instructions on how to become a ventriloquist. He started out with Milton Berle. He started out with Milton Berle, and Texaco sponsored him, and then they went from Texaco to Nestle's Chocolate, and at that time then Sparkle came along, which was a little dog. And here's what I remember of that is they would talk about Nestle's Chocolate, and then Sparkle would go, chocolate, you know.
I remember that.
Remember that? Yeah.
And I'm hoping that you could bring him by when we start doing Penelope Peach and Friends, because
Okay.
I'm sure that Penelope would like to meet him, and they will have.
Wait, and you're doing a
tremendous-
great job with him.
Yes, I love him, but I can only pull his strings.
And that's the only guy that'll let you pull his strings, okay? Well,
Okay,
and I've got
so
over
let's see
here,
where-
you know, our friend
Pee-wee.
You know, Pee-wee Herman. And of course, Pee-wee's had a little problem in his time. And because of that, everybody was selling their Pee-wee dolls. They were getting rid of them. So my son found this at a garage sale.
I have
you
a
know.
Pee-wee, and he talks.
Yeah, my Pee-wee was
Your Pee-wee-
see, I can still open his mouth, but I have to close it for him.
So he
But
doesn't
that's what
stick
you have
his
to do
foot
with
in it?
Pee-wee Herman, isn't it? Close his mouth. Yeah.
Open mouth and search for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's go on to the next, since we got some ginnies here. You want to take this one from me
And let me see.
so his head doesn't fall off.
All right.
Okay. So let's go with the Ginny dolls. Oh,
Yeah, there's lots of Ginny dolls.
okay. So
Uh-oh,
we're not
did she
doing
dip?
that Ginny
She
doll.
got dumped.
She got dumped. Okay. Let's see if we can hold on to that Ginny doll.
And Ginny dolls were like from the 50s. And
Let's see,
in
because
fact,
they have
when
a,
these were made,
lot
Ginny
of,
had already been producing. And I think these were made in the 70s.
Let's see here, 'cause
Ginny
they
had
have
been
a lot
producing
of
dolls
glare
for
so they can
years.
see them.
Yeah,
And they're the ones with the movable eyes that,
right.
and then
Right.
the rubber band arms.
Yeah, these are the ones that are in the books with the prices on them, yeah. In the collectible books with the prices on them.
Yeah, these are the ones that if you twisted their hands too much, the rubber band would break, or the legs would break, and then you'd wonder. I would take them apart to find out how they get put together.
Right.
And I says, well, I need 4 rubber bands to have a whole doll. And then the head clipped onto another rubber band, and then the eyes opened and closed. I
Yes.
had a cousin that used to take out the eyes.
Oh, no.
So eventually, I guess she must have become an eye doctor or something.
Oh, no. See, they're still, too, with the hard rubber. And in about...
maybe we could get this one out of the box. Yes,
in about the
we can.
60s, they started with a soft rubber. Remember the magic skin they claimed was on dolls?
Yeah.
You know,
This one comes out.
she's coming out. Okay.
Okay. Look at this. And she opens and closes the eyes. And look, everything is perfect. Her dress and everything. She even has a petticoat and a hat. Beautiful. And she has leotards. I didn't think that early back on then that they would put leotards and not socks on them.
Well, yeah, stockings. They would be considered stockings back then. Snuggies, long snuggies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I can remember when I was a kid that they would come into the store that my mother was running in a small town in Arkansas, and they would ask for snuggies, and that's what they were wanting. They were wanting the long cotton, you know, all the way up, but they weren't nylon, and they weren't anything like what we get now. They were cotton.
Well, this one looks like an Independence Day doll is what I figure she would be, the All-American Independence doll.
Well, and I think we missed on this one here. This is a communion doll. See, this for little girls. Yeah, for little girls for their communion. Yeah.
Okay.
And of course, the other one was she was just a doll, period, for them to start dressing and buying the dresses and everything for and everything.
Okay, and what do we have here? Let's see. This is one of the bigger ones. My favorite. The man with perseverance.
Right.
He persevered and he finally made president, but he failed at everything in his lifetime.
Right.
Until he made the presidency.
Right.
So I have him sitting in my library.
Right. Well, you know, what I remember about Lincoln, since I've been, you know, old enough to read and everything, my older sister, we grew up in DeWitt, Arkansas. She came home with a book that she had to read that her teacher gave to her. And this is, I'm going to get a little risque here. But in the book, Lincoln's wife, Mary, said every time that he hung his pants on the bedpost, she got pregnant. Another child came, you know. So, so he was very productive in a lot of ways.
Okay. Well, that's good. I never knew that part. That's very interesting. Okay.
And of course, we all know he was assassinated, you know.
That is very sad.
Right. Right after he had signed the proclamation, you know.
That was a very sad thing.
So,
but that's part
but he
of
was a good
history.
man. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And of course, if you keep your Lincoln pennies.
Yeah, Lincoln pennies, of course. Okay. Let's take a look here. Oh, yes. This is like having Christmas in July, right? Okay, let's see if I can do this. Could we pull that? Oh.
There you go.
Okay, let's pull up his hat some so we can see his face.
And this is when he was crossing
the Delaware.
The Delaware,
I like the way they did his eyes, perfect eye makeup. I wish I could do that well. But it's wonderful. I mean, the feeling of his boots and everything, he's so lifelike.
You would think that they would have put a cherry in his hand, though, or in a hatchet or something, wouldn't you?
That is so true.
So, chopping down the cherry tree, and I cannot tell a lie. I chopped down the cherry tree.
Was it this president that they said that had wooden teeth?
Yes, George Washington had wooden teeth.
So that's why he always smiled like the Mona Lisa?
Yes, right.
Okay.
We're having too much fun doing this, you know?
I know. Okay, let's look at
yeah.
Charlie Weaver there.
Yeah, this is Charlie Weaver, and his box is really, really tattered. I found him at a real old, dirty flea market, and I said, no, I know he's beat up, but I got to have Charlie.
Oh, he's so beautiful.
Now, he is great. His box is just beat up. He's great.
So can we take him out so we
go ahead
can
and-
really show him off? Because he is
Slide
gorgeous.
him on out.
Okay.
There you are.
Oh,
And I don't
look
think
at
he
him.
doesn't have any batteries right now. Yeah, well, we had some batteries, but they're not.
Okay, so now Okay, I'm holding on to the other battery.
Okay.
Hold on to this.
That's wow.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
He is
perfect.
so
He wa-
perfect.
okay, Charlie, you know that he started with Jack Parr in 1905 and came forward. And he also did Mrs. Butterworth.
Really?
Yeah, Mrs. Butterworth.
Well,
was the one that-
I assume that when you put the battery in, he pours the booze into
I thought the batteries were out. Yeah, I'm sorry. But I'm sorry.
No, I guess those batteries just don't work.
I don't know if these batteries are good because I've not tried them. I mean, I don't collect to play with them. I collect to see.
No, I collect my stuff and I play with them.
You play with your things?
Everything that I own
No.
that needs batteries has a battery.
Oh my.
But anyway, Jean, it's been great having you on the program. I can't tell you.
We got a couple of more down here.
Oh,
yeah.
let's
we're gonna
finish
miss.
up with those.
You're gonna miss out.
Oh no, don't want to miss out on these two. Okay.
Okay.
Who do we
got
have
Dummy
here?
Dan, and Dummy Dan is the forerunner to Charlie McCarthy. That's how old he is, and this is an old. If you can see, he's really worn, and he's really old, and he's even beginning to crack. He's old composition.
Well, thank you so much for being on the program. I really had a good time, and I hope that you folks at home did too. And I'd like to thank you for watching and continue to watch us. We're on YouTube and local public access, Time Warner Cable, Grande Cable, and AT&T U-verse. Thank you for watching once again. I'm Sheran Tavares, and this is Jean Wildman.
And thank you so much,
Pleasure.
Sharon.
You're quite welcome. And remember that history is in the heart of the collector.